military community and their families. And thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
We go three tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They'll run it to start the drive, and here is Smith. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
So I like these plays. I think the more guys, Mike, that you can get involved in the ground game, the better. And, of course, they're going to get enough touches to their back in a traditional sense, but make the defense defend every blade of grass from sideline to sideline.
Look at him go to the 20. And he is gone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Set to kick off.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Ready. Let's go now. Ready.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing.
Ready. Here we go.
Now Ingram, and he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
To the outside, complete to Johnson. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That is a big play for L.A. 33 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Come on, set, cut.
On the ground, it's Ingram. He is met and dropped. Couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
And what started out as a promising drive, now they find themselves in 3rd and long. After being stuffed for a loss on 1st down with that ground game, they came right back to it, trying to make up some of those lost yards. The defense was having none of it. 3rd and long.
A gain of 15. Well done. Facing 3rd and 14, they pick it up.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Set hunt. Watch out now. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Here's a run with Ingram. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
At the 7-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Red. 38. Set.
Back to throw. He's got Parham, his tight end. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a 1st down as they're able to get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Down. Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Ready.
They'll go with him again. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chargers come right back to tying at 7.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Donald Parham. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and
Touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this. Third and 5. That is caught out wide on the RPO. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If that was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with that.
Big play for KC. 36 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
Hey, 57, colors, 57.
On first down, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up second and 8 at the 23.
From the 23, here's second and 8. Right back to the air for Mahomes. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Now, a carry for Hunt. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
And he's in! Touchdown, Chiefs.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Makes the score Chiefs 14, Chargers 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready?
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike, and he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and they're going to work this down inside the 45. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's in. Chargers. That his second touchdown tonight. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
That ties the game at 14. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Here's Smith to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive.
Yellow.
They'll send Worthy in motion.
Come back.
Here's Ingram. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run. It's Ingram. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. Quick throw, and it's going to wind up incomplete. That is the run-pass option. Choose pass. Defender able to close it down and bring up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mahomes. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this 1st down.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
33, yellow. Ready?
It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
Good tackle by Noah Hufanga. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Blue striker. Set, ready, set, cut.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's got another one. Touchdown, LA. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game.
Cameron Dicker for the
Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Chiefs take
And
over
no
first and
chance
10
to return this one
at their own
through the end zone
35-yard line.
for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Yellow. It's it. Yellow.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Throwing right, it's taken in.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Yellow, yellow. Easy, easy, easy. Yellow.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. He's got it at the 7. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now, faking the give. That's to the big tight end, Parham. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
Set, hunt. Black 40. Hunt.
The RPO, that one is complete, and he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Set to kick off.
Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Johnson now to return. Oh, big hole left side. And he will score. Chad Johnson. Touchdown, Los Angeles. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, talk about a dream start here. You find yourself at halftime, you're regrouping, we want to come out in the 3rd quarter and establish some rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers go up by 7, 28-21. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here comes Worthy to return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard
Mahomes on first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Striker, 3-3. Check White. Ready.
Now a run on first down. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's made right side. It's Johnson. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Chargers have the first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. And he will score again. Touchdown Chargers. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, 15. There's a line. Yellow. Attack, attack.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That's going to be intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. A big play for the defense to get on the board. Quarterback trying to keep that play going. Instead, sees it go back the other way.
And the quarterback's doing a nice job of keeping his eyes down the field, but he doesn't sense the pressure. And I think that pressure, Mike, is what caused that errant pass. And not only does it lead to the turnover, but it leads to the pick 6.
After the touchdown. Here's Dicker out to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Is a turnover on downs.
Ready?
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Here we ready?
Going back to the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Let's put.
They'll look to throw. A short pass taken in by Warren. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far, and I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his first catch of the game, and it comes here in the third quarter.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. Donald Parham, touchdown, L.A.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2. Now they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete, and the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here comes Worthy to return. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
A first down throw for Mahomes. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and well,
that's the fourth time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Deion Henley. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready, break. Down, set.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's in. Donald Parham. Touchdown Chargers. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Easy. Yellow.
They'll begin here on the ground. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Down the sideline, past the 45. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The PAT, up and good. And the Chiefs will get just a bit closer.
Chiefs 28. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very short kick, taken past the 20. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
Opposite. Green. Ready. Set.
That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
I think that's just a case of a right call at the wrong time, Mike. You typically want to run a draw in more of an obvious passing situation. In this case, the defense was expecting run, and they're able to just eat up that draw play.
Ready.
Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here we go. Ready.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. What turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long.
Ready. Hut.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
Up the middle they go. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, 57.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Minka Fitzpatrick multiple times All-Pro in his safety spot to record the sack.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Easy.
3rd and long for Mahomes. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Black, 95. Spike, 60. Set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And they will finally run him down. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
22 meters. Opposite. Green. Set. Hut.
Now a give up the middle, and he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go now. 52. Blue. 32. Set.
He'll drop to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And
Here we go.
frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Ready.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's taken in. There he goes again. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Los Angeles. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers add on to their already sizable lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Yellow.
They'll stick with him again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
At the 43-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Third, they need 8.
Yellow.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Yellow.
They'll send Worthy in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Forced out wide.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. We'll try to get this one on the ground.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Now Mahomes. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And And it results in a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Fight, 97. Ready?
Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
There's that man again, another catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 16 on that pass play. It's good for a Charger first down.
Think back to what they told us during the week, Mike. They said this primetime platform, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to show the entire league and put them on notice. And boy, after this performance, boy, have they ever.
Ready. Clock 33. Yell.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Set.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case...
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Kicker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers stretch things out even further.
69, Chiefs 28. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here comes Worthy to return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's out of bounds up close to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
So this one is over. It's in the